Hello, good evening. Welcome to this midweek's edition of our wonderful and exciting Ladies in Tech Bootcamp training on project management. Yeah, good. It's been raining, a rainy day in some parts of the country. So, can I hear in the chat box? Yeah, Omodasolo says, Good evening, Mr. Kingsley. Good evening, Omodasolo. How do you do? All right, Esther, good evening to you. Priest Regina, good evening. Yeah, Amodasolo says it's been raining in ABJ. That's Abuja. Yeah, it is. Following Shaw, good evening. Good to hear you. All right, Aloha Sikemi says, Good evening, sir. Aloha Sikemi, good evening. Inyo Bong, good evening as well. Dokas, good evening. Yemi, good evening. Ebuge, Oboma, good evening. Agata, good evening. Good to be here once again. So it's about the time where we roll in project management. Okay, so okay, so Dorcas, are you asking me a question if I have responded or I am yet to respond to your messages? Gumi says it's raining in Kwara too. Oh, it's been a rainy day. Yeah, some parts of Nigeria. Sylvia says good evening. Good evening to Sylvia. Ogolo, good evening. Queen Sharon, good evening. Shay, good evening. Onosoya, good evening. Dorcas, please do send me a direct message, okay? I'm sure maybe I'm either missing your messages. Just do a DM, please, okay? So that we can resolve this once and for all. Okay, so that can be an effective project manager. Communication, very important. So I think we would resolve that today, okay? My apologies, Dorcas, okay? All right, Stella, Grace, Favor, Mercy, Olukoya, Uyenike, some would say Zoyenaik. Teresa, Omojola, Ugonna, Bolanle, Vera, good evening, everyone. So we're welcome. So it's good to be here to have you on this program. So trust me, we are going to have another wonderful session together. Okay. So how are we going to get it? Clearly, please, you can reach me on, you can send a message via the LMS channel or via the Telegram channel provided as well. So I would respond. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So let's roll tonight. How was the last class for you? What was your key takeaways? What did you learn? And then we will do a little, I'm sure every team now has a lead. So there's a team lead for every group, every team now, right? Team 1, 2, 5. So please, who are the team leads? Can you just in the chat box, can you try to indicate if you are the team lead for your team? Fidelis says she feels invincible. Why? Why do you feel invisible? Why, please? Yeah, what could have been the issues? Okay, and yeah, I receive all the evenings. Tosin, Justin, Fidelis, Oluwadamilare, Many, Oluwanwaju, Timmy Sachs, right? Egove. Hmm. Otoyoshi says the last class for her was very interesting. Okay, Ephraim, Aniekan, good. Thanks for identifying yourself tonight. So, Ephraim, yeah, team lead, group 5. Team 5, there's a difference between teams and groups. So I'm not gonna, we're not dealing with groups here. Okay, so in project management now, from our last class, we have teams. So team 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So don't call it groups. Okay. All right. So we would be doing that tonight. Hmm? Okay, Vera, admin would address that for you. Okay. All right. So just hang tight. You will definitely be added to the group, to the team. Okay. All right. So yeah. Oh, okay. Adejoke says it's quite easy to feel that way in a lecture for over 500 people in attendance. Okay. All right. Let's take the recap. So he says she learned how to be a good team member or a leader. She also learned how to build a good team, and that's quite very important for efficiency and productivity. Idima says the last class for her was quite insightful and informative. Okay, Hefzibah Akintaro says she doesn't have any team yet. Please just, okay, team 2. So you can either pick team, you can go to team 2, okay? All right. Or if the team leads are here, they will definitely pick you up. So Hefzibah is still without a team. Okay, Oluwasikemi. Okay. Please, Florence Shaw says, Airtel, please assist to get Florence Shaw to be in this class and enjoy the class. Okay. All right. So Fidelis says the last class was educative and she gained value. Okay. Unyeka says she isn't in a team yet. So definitely you would be joining a team tonight. Lua Sheon, the same. Okay, I wish you success in the exams. Okay. All right. Justin as well. The last class was loaded. Yeah. So tonight is going to be another loaded class. Okay. So trust me, if the last class was educative, informative, engaging, I'm sure tonight's going to be quite more than that. Okay. All right. Oluwadam Larry says the last class was incredibly insightful. She learned that a key aspect of project management is not only building an effective team, but also managing conflicts that arise within it. Yes, we talked about the case study. We had a case study involving a Chioma, we had Kemi, we had Agatha. So we saw the issues that they had. Okay. So in project management, as a PM, you don't do a no pass. Okay. So you try to weigh into issues as they arise, conflict management. So you should be able to identify conflicts, manage, and resolve them as at when due. Because if you do a no pass or you just ignore, you do a pass and you ignore, it can affect project performance. Okay. So don't worry, all those that don't have teams yet, pick a team, a number from 1 to 5. Okay. So the team leads would definitely reach out to you. Okay. So they're going to identify you tonight and you join the team. So let's roll once again. So we're still having our recap. Some of the things we learned in the last class. Okay. Yeah, we've talked about conflict management. Okay. We're going to say she learned that the responsibility of the project manager is to manage crisis when it arises. Very key. Okay. We need to understand that. Very important. Okay. Cooperation. Team needs to cooperate. They need to work together to achieve their set objectives. Thank you, Larawaju. Ruth. Okay. And then Rachel says the last class was quite educating. She learned the difference between a team and a group. Vera also learns the power of communication. Okay. How to communicate properly. Okay. So we don't have to be a terrible project manager. Good evening, beautiful gift. You're welcome. Drew, good evening, Victoria. Mabel, good evening as well. Tashoma, good evening. Okay, Dorcas Olalade says, how do I send a message via the LMS platform? Okay, I think one of your colleagues would address that. Okay, so it's very important. If you have sent a message before, just go to your inbox, look at, you see the messages, and then you try to follow through. Or you just send a message via the WhatsApp, the Telegram platform. I will definitely check up on it. Okay. So there are a whole lot of messages coming from your colleagues as well. So bear with me. I'm definitely going to attend to all these questions. Okay. Yes, just pick a number 1 to 5 if you're not in any team. Okay. So team leads, please watch out. Okay. All right. So team 5. Team lead for team 5. How many are you in your group, please? If you can hear me, how many are you in the group? Other teams in your team, rather. Team 1 to 4. Who are the team leads, please? Can you identify? So I'm trying to do team identification, team lead identification. Oluwafemi says she learned on the characteristics and ways of building a team. We need to build high performance teams, okay? All right. Okay, Mary. Mary says team 5 is 50 in number. She says that they are 39. Team 5. So, oh, Chioma is the team lead for team 1. That's good. Okay. Please, let just the team leads. Let team leads respond, please. Okay. Team leads just respond. So Chioma, team lead for team 1. Okay. And they are 62 in number. Okay, team 5, they are 50 in number. So Olarinwaju, so team 1 for now do not accept for the team members for now. Okay, let's fill up. We have team 5, they are 50 in number. We have team 3, they're still 34. All right, team 4, you're good to go. 50 in number. I'm having a conflict of interest. We have team 1, we're hearing 63. More correct. Jim says they're 62. Okay. All right, so let's fill up team 3. We still have 34 team members. So for now, please, if you are in this class, kindly join team 3. Let's fill up team 3, okay? All right, so we won't want to exceed the number in team 1 for now. Let's just do fill up. Okay, so team leads, please identify. I have team 1, Chioma. I have team 5, Ephraim. I'm correct. So team 2, team 3, team 4. What are your names? Who are the team leads? Can you identify, please? Thank you, Fidelis. You says that team members need one voice and share a common goal. Okay. All right, Elizabeth. Good to have you. She's a team lead for Team 4, and they are currently 50 in number. That's quite a good number. Okay, so we would, oh yeah, Team 2, where are they? Team 2. Okay. Please, Team 1, don't add members for now. Let's fill up Team 3, please. Team 3 are 34 in number, so we need to fill up that gap. We have 65, 63, 60 something. So Team 2, Irene, thank you, blessing many. Thank you for standing in for the team lead. That's quite a good one. So you're showing, yeah, such the characteristics of team members. Okay. All right. So please, after tonight's class, team leads, please, let's have a discussion. Okay. All right. So we'll discuss further, and then part of what you will be doing is, like I said, identify a project, discuss on the project. So you would form, the team members have been formed, you will storm. So you go through the storming stage or the storming phase of the project to look at, get to know yourselves better, pick up a project, discuss, and go through the project life cycle from initiation to project closure. So let's see how it's going to look like. What exactly? So we want to see what you can come up with, how, and it has to be participatory. So it's not just Chioma in Team 1 that would be doing everything. Other team members are expected to contribute. They're expected to participate. Okay, how are you going to do it? I leave it solely to you to decide. Okay, so most definitely you need to look at the bigger picture, and then we take it up from there. Okay, so team 3 still needs team members. Okay, so so let's do some filling up. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, so let's roll. Okay, all right, so we are done with recap for yesterday's class. Okay, now let's just take a few questions. Were there any issues? Did you have any challenge or challenges around the last class? So let me hear you. Is there any way you're lost in between? Let's just talk about it, and then we delve straight into tonight's class. So by 7:30, we would start up tonight's class. But if there are no questions, then we roll straight up. Mary says, with the knowledge of yesterday's class, I understand what it takes to be a team. Oneness. That's quite good. Unity of purpose. Also, the process of teaming. I can add team player as a soft skill. Not every person you come across is a team player. So you can be in a team and yet you're not a team player. You don't participate. You don't feel a sense of belonging around the team. And yes, I am bound Joe. Just go to Team 3. So Team 3, please pick up Ayabanjo. Okay, Oluwabumi, just pick her up. Okay. All right. So let's focus on tonight's class. We are done with team sharing. So if you're coming in, please just go to Team 3 for now. And then Team 3, once it gets up to say 60, you stop. If there are any other persons that are coming in, then we can readjust. But that would be possibly after we have tried to weigh in, we are trying to ensure that the number, one team number doesn't exceed the difference between team one in terms of number and team two should be streamlined. Okay. All right. So we learned so much in the last class. So Sikemi says that her initial challenge was understanding the distinction between a team and a group. But as the class went on, I got better understanding. Thank you so much. It's very important that, you see, when you talk about groups, most times we have teams, we have groups, not much difference. People try to outshine each other. Like in the last class, Choma did mention, she said something about model staff of the year and things like that. So yes, there would be clear distinction about excellence, no doubt. But you don't need to put up the attitude of like it must be me and me alone. We said that we did mention that team is about we, us, and not just me, I, myself. You don't talk about just yourself. You talk about others. You try to bring people on board. You try to give them that feel that yes, we are together. Okay. So it's very important that we understand while working in a team. Okay. All right. Okay. So we would plead with the admins that would open up the group. Okay. So, but we need to coordinate ourselves on the platform. A whole lot of messages, influx of messages. So some of your colleagues are missing out on vital information. Okay. So we need to ask questions when need be, interact when you need to, and if you need to communicate with one of your colleagues and get an answer, definitely you will. Okay. All right. So let's roll tonight. Who is ready for tonight's class? Who is ready? If you're ready, then let's roll. Can I see on the chat box? I am ready. Oh, Vera says she is. Okay, Tosin says she is as well. All right, so I can see that we are ready. So let's go tonight. Team roles and responsibilities. Team roles and responsibilities. So good enough. After the class, you would definitely come to a clearer understanding of your roles and responsibilities in the group, in the team, rather. Okay? So, why do we have teams? And why is there need for teams to understand their roles? So, what do we mean by the word teams, roles in teams? I need to understand, why is Akinloye not ready when others are seriously ready? Akinloye, why are you not ready? We are ready. Yeah, we are ready for the class tonight. So please get ready. Okay, roles in teams. What are these? These are the natural roles that people will play in teams. So every one of us, team one, team two, team three, four, and five, you will play a role in your team. Every role is necessary for a performing team. So any person who is in a team and is not ready, then you don't know your roles. So you need to understand clearly what your roles are when you join a team. There is this lady, Very wonderful lady called Meredith Belbin. She developed the following list of roles that people in teams play. So, in a team, you can be either the organizer or the president or the doer. There are more, but let's talk about the organizer. Let's look at the roles that you would play in a team. Okay. Sorry about that, Akinloe. Okay. Just try and follow through. I'm sure that at some point you will find relief. Okay. All right. Thank you, Faith, for being her, standing in the gap for her as well. Okay. That is team playing spirit in action. Thank you, Faith. Okay. So, who is an organizer? An organizer directs a group or a team, but this tends not to be done in an overbearing manner. What is overbearing? At every step you want to show yourself. I think that's the word. Some people call it you want to be bossy. You know, there's something about being a natural boss. Like you tell people, you lead people, you show them, you guide them what is expected of them to do at a particular point in time. Not, hey, come, can you go and do this? You must do this. You have to be this. You have to be here. You're trying to be overbearing in everything. Some will say, how do they call it? Is it oversabi or something? I don't know how to put that. But thank you, Faith. Okay. So thank you. They call them that word, oversabi. That's in pidgin, right? People. You just want to be everywhere, want to be everything. JJ, you're welcome. I didn't see you in the last class. What happened? Okay, so they are dominant without being overly assertive. Yes, you play your role. You are dominant. Yes, you tell people what is expected of them. Yet you don't boss them around. Okay. Saratu says claiming to know best and pushing the opinion of others under. That is it. So you don't become someone who is overbearing. Okay. So you lead people, you show people, you guide them. Okay. All right. Sometimes it can be annoying. Yeah. All right. So let's look at the second type of roles people play in teams. You're the president. So the president's concern is to win, to reach goals by putting every effort into the process. They are highly motivated. They have a high degree of nervous energy and a great need for achievement. Yeah. So these kind of people in teams are more concerned with, they already have the energy. They know what they want. They know how to get there. They have a high taste for achieving success. Okay? So he puts in this kind of people put in every energy to see that the task gets done. Then we also have those we call the doer. The doer is conscientious and is concerned with details. Doers are excellent doers of schemes which others have devised. Doers prioritize work alone. So you can see where Egovi says nervous energy, as in mental energy. We have different types of energy. Okay. So it depends on the one you bring on board. Okay. So we're talking about the doers. They are drivers. Okay. They run with your goal. They try to move with the vision. They are ready. They are prepared. Whatever you give them to run with for your project success, they go with it. Okay. So they are there. They are ready. They are good to go. They want to work. Okay. So you see that spirit in them. Okay. Then the next class of people we have are those who are creative. Remember, we said that one of the skills you would bring on board as a team player or a team lead is you should have creative skills, creative abilities. Okay, so they are creative and innovativeness, something new. You think out of the box. Okay, you think out of the box. You want people, you carry them along. They are responsible for production of ingenious new ideas and novel strategies. They are very bright people. Their ideas may often be radical, and practical constraints may sometimes be overlooked. So you can see, okay, so tonight we're looking at those things that you need to understand in teams. So as a project manager, you should look at the bigger picture. Identify those who are creative, those who are doers, those who are presidents, those who are overbearing. What kind of attitude? Okay, so you also look at these people who are creative. They come with something new. They come with something different. Okay, then who next? We have the enlighteners. Who are these people? The enlighteners, as the name suggests, is good at finding out what is available and what can be done. They ask questions to make sure everyone understands and to clarify information. You enlighten people. You know, you have that brightness in you. Omodesola says that she is definitely a creative. Okay, so take that to your team. I'm going to see that. Okay. All right. So, okay, they are bright people. They are good at finding out what is available, what can be done. Okay, we have people, they just want to clarify. Sometimes you see conflicts, they are just explaining, you know, I think you're good here, you can do this. Can we do it like this? Much better, and things like that. Then we have the evaluator. Who is an evaluator? Very good at weighing up the facts, carefully considering the pros and cons, the merits and demerits of each option, and finally coming to a well-considered decision. You can see, so they evaluate. If we go this way, what would happen? If we go this other way, what will happen? Then we have the co-workers. The co-workers are good communicators. They are trusting, they are sensitive, they are caring. They even tend to place the team's objectives and see to the smooth running maintenance of the team itself before their own personal ambitions. So they're like, they put themselves number two. They don't see themselves as top. They want to work for the benefit of others. Okay. All right. Then we have the finalizers. Who are the finalizers? They pay attention to details. They work hard. They are conscientious. As their name suggests, they are good at picking up loose ends and tying them up. So finalizers, that's how they are. Okay. So like there's something we did talk about. We said putting out the fires. So these people try to, in case there is like a fire brigade already, it's like there's something, an emergency, something that needs, we need to, a tight fix, a quick fix. They have seen that there's an issue somewhere that needs to be resolved. Okay. They try to come in. Okay. Adebola says over stability. I wonder which particular role in the team, or you making reference to something that happened or we've discussed earlier. Okay. We did mention that people we call this over sabi, they are overbearing. Okay. The overbearing kind of people. Okay. But we are explaining, trying to see different roles team members play, their attitude, what they have in them. Okay, so let's go to the chat box. Let's pause a little and come to the chat box. Let me see now. From the role we have identified in teams, where are you? Just be sincere, be simple, be sincere enough to say who you are. I think someone said she is a creative. That's Omo Dasola. She says she's a creative, right? Okay. And then Adejoke asks, Mr. Kingsley, is it possible to fall into two or more roles? Very possible. Very, very possible. You can have more than one, you know, skill in there. It's very possible. Is it possible, Chioma says, to find this, that one of this, more than one of this in one person? Yeah. Yes. Somebody can be an oversabi, like we just mentioned, for example, but yet is enthusiastic, you know, is uh, is like an enlightener, is bright, always trying to reach out. It's just that attitude of, yes, I am. Sometimes they do these things without even knowing. You know, can we say the presidents are driven by success? Every team member should be driven naturally to success, but for the president, they are more concerned with the overall success of the project. Okay, all right. Let me just look in the chat box and see where we fall. Igofi says she's an organizer and a doer. Adeoti says she's an enlightener. Sikemi says she looks like she's a creative. She's still a little bit of here and there, a bit unsure or something. An evaluator, an organizer, and a finisher. One person. Olua Sikemi. Wow. Okay, we'll see that soon. I finally realized I'm an organizer and a co-worker. Blessing. Yemi says she's a creative. Marvelous, I'm an organizer, an enlightener, and a co-worker. Jekolaya says she's definitely a co-worker. Right. Okomina says she's new here and everything is strange to her. Okay. And this is her first class as well. Okay, I will advise you. Definitely try to get to watch the previous sessions that we've had. It will do you good and bring you up to speed. Okay? But for tonight, I advise you, just pretend as if this is the first class for you. There's been no slide anywhere. Get the best from this class, and then you can go back to the previous classes. Okay? So just relax. Okay? Enjoy tonight's class. Okay? Oluwadamilare says she can be a president and a creative. She can. Not that she is. She was going to tell me why she can. She says she's a doer and a finalizer. Okay. She's also, Motoyo says she's an organizer and a president. I see. Okay, so many co-workers here. Co-worker Yenimio Oyenike says, Oyenike. Okay, all right. Pardon me to call you Oyenike, right? Just do it. Oye, just do it. So that's what I will call you. Oluwasekemi says she's a multi-potentialite. So most times she finds it hard fitting in. Sikemi, you have to fit in. In fact, the team you find yourself now, you definitely have to fit in. Okay? Olawumi says she's a creative and enlightener. She's an enlightener and a co-worker. Okay. It's a doer, co-worker. Ediale Franca says, but sir, not all co-workers actually work. Most just hide under the shadow of the creative and the others. That's quite true. I agree with you. In teams, there are those who just don't do anything. Some are good at talking. Some are good at just let me just be there. I will not do anything. Queen Sharon says she's a creative, an organizer, and a president. Gift Okpara says she's an organizer and a doer. Doer and co-worker. Okay. All right. Yeah, Yannick says I should go ahead. Very much allowed. Thank you. I think I'm going to recall. So when we recall this class, we will remember Oye Nike. Hmm? All right. Oye, just do it. So I think it will come in handy in your team. Okay. So Azizat says, okay, let's get back. Let me go back to the, okay, Oluwasikemi says, Achoma, this is relatable. Sounds like the project determines what part of me is seen. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Azizat says, as a project manager, do you have to make each roles known to the players? Yes, yes, please, you have to. You have to. You are the PM. You are to assign clearly team roles and responsibilities, okay? So they can get better at it, or it's just a personal knowledge. You need to identify players and assign roles. You know, part of the reason why we're having this class is to enlighten you all the more. You get to know better who fits in where. Sometimes you have someone who is not a co-worker, but rather a doer, okay? But finds herself doing the role the other way around. So you need to organize them such that they fit in where they should. Faith Okoro says, I don't know where I follow. Okay, now the first question you ask yourself is, what exactly are you good at in terms of handling projects? What exactly are you good at? That's the first question. Then it can give you a clearer picture of who you are and where you ought to be. Okay, Grace says she's an organizer and a creative. So we have come to an understanding that we now know where we belong. To an extent, it may not be 100%, but you have an idea where you belong. Okay? Ngum says, I'm a doer and maybe a finalizer. Okay. I'm right. Says she thinks she's a co-worker and a finalizer. Okay. All right. Some are good in criticizing. Yeah, criticisms are part of project management. Okay, under the storming phase, you definitely do some criticism. Okay, but let criticisms not be. We have negative criticisms, but you should not overdo it. Okay, criticize for the good of the project. Okay, not every step that needs to be taken you criticize is not good. Or this one is bad. I don't. I mean, okay, what are you bringing on board? Nothing. You don't bring anything on board. No suggestions, but yet you see the bad in every other suggestion. Okay, you now have to know your team deeply, pay attention to their interaction. That's if they know themselves. Louis Kemi says, they go over that's deep. So then he says, I think it's better the team members choose where they fall in than the PM assigning for them. Adeni, you would not want to just do that. Do you know why? What if everyone fixes herself as a co-worker? What happens? You have no enlightener, you have no evaluator, so the project is going to suffer. Okay. Oh, don't worry, we'll talk about the diagram. Okay, just relax, we're not there yet. Okay, we will. Okay, beautiful word. We will. Okay, I don't really know where to put myself, Lovett says, but one thing I know is I love excellence. Are you a president? So you want to achieve. So once I'm given a task, I make sure to put in my all. No failure allowed. That is it. So that is the mindset. Wow. Team lead for team one says, as this lecture is going on, that she's just dissecting her team members in her head. Okay. All right. So We're going to see more of that. Okay. I think Chioma is displaying some um, high performance team lead. How would I put that? She's showing some kind of, yeah, that's good. That's quite good. Tosi says constructive criticism. Benny, yeah, you go to school. In fact, you went to school. That's good. That's on a lighter note. Okay. Shay says she feels every project manager should be an organizer, though. Yes, you should have some element of organization in you. Okay. What if you're the only, sometimes you're in a project where you are the organizer, you're the evaluator, you are the co-worker, you are the doer. Uh, how does it feel? Not quite easy. Okay. So it doesn't feel easy. I understand. Okay. So then we now ask ourselves further questions. Okay. Okay. All right. So now let's look at, before we go for our break tonight, let's look at beautiful gifts that you're just you're everything. Yeah, sometimes you find yourselves in such the category where you are like just like playing the role of everything and not too healthy. Okay. All right. Please, team one, don't accept for now, please. Amina says, as a starter, how can we put this knowledge into practice? Okay, then I will ask you, have you been involved in any project? Anything? See, what is project? Any activity you find yourself organizing. You playing the lead role. Okay, that is it. So give me an example of something that you can or you want to go into. Then I'll throw more light and then we look at it. Okay. So I mean, I'll be expecting to hear from you. Okay. So you are a starter. Every project manager starts from somewhere. Okay. All right. Joke says she's good at bidding. All right. So I did mention in the previous slide that Meredith Belbin, gave us an insight into roles, these categories of teams we're looking at tonight. Okay. So what we are looking at is, we call it Belbin's self-scoring self-perception inventory. Okay. So what it is about is, we're going to see it in the next slide. It's just about what we looked at, okay, previously in the previous slide. Okay. So Belbin, this was designed to assist in bringing out enhancement in every individual and promoting team performance. It asks questions on how you can produce constructive contributions to a team. Also analyze on why you may find it challenging to work in a team, bringing your perspective to working in a team, and how you can embark on reconciling any conflicts that may arise. So the 9 team roles, which indicate on how each role contributes to the team and what their probable weaknesses may be. So what we are saying tonight is, in your team, you're going to, when you are assigning teams, roles, and responsibilities in teams, you will ask yourself, for example, we have Beautiful World, we have Chioma, we have Adebola, we have Grace. Now, these 5 persons, then Chioma is, for example, the team lead. Now, what happens? What do? You ask yourself, what exactly is Grace going to contribute to this project? What is her weakness? You move over, and how can you resolve it? You move over to the next person, Beautiful World. What would be her contribution? What are her likely weaknesses? And then how can you make the best use of her? Okay, Jenny says she manages properties for people. Okay, she practically manages the emotions of both her clients, right? Okay, so that's a whole lot. So now, for example, you are dealing with M&H Homes. You are dealing with Senator Bala. You are dealing with Honorable Ahmed. Now, you know that each time you go to Honorable Ahmed, he will flare up first, but you know that you would achieve at the end of the day. How long does it take? Sometimes Honorable Ahmed will just say, just send me the account. Where is the property located? Can we go and see it immediately? Some will say, send me a photo. So you have to, you know what exactly each person is bringing on board. Okay? So when you understand that, it helps you better. Okay, so I'm also looking at Jenny says, Mr. K, you said to reach out. I manage. Yeah, okay, I think we've talked about that. Okay. Okay. So now the essence of Belbin's chart, I think I'm going to, let me expand this. Okay, I think we will talk about it. Okay. All right. So we will talk about this shortly. So then, okay, so what you do is what we're talking about Meredith Belbin, team role, questionnaire, or self-perception inventory is it helps you, the project manager or a team lead, to understand the strengths and weaknesses of every team member. Okay, what is this team member going to contribute? What are their areas of weaknesses? How can I make the best use of that team member? Okay, so we would be delving further into looking at what Belbin tried to analyze in each individual team member when we return from the break. So please, please, and please, at 8 p.m., try to sign in your attendance. Okay, click the link. And I hope we are also through with our quiz for week 4. Okay, I hope we are. So please try to ensure you do that. Gloria says, meaning a real estate agent. A real estate agent, you manage. See, we have project managers, real estate project managers. Okay? So if you are an agent, what is your role? What are you doing? Are you linking clients to would-be properties and closing out deals? Or you are just a link? Immediately you get a client, you hands off. So whatever you're doing, you are managing something. So you are interfacing with clients, would-be clients, and also clients who end up closing out deals. So you discover that some may even come back to you later on. Yes, I like the property that you gave to me the other time. Are there more? Can you link me to? So you need to manage them very well. From time to time, you need to also tell them, just reach out, know how they are doing. You're just checking on your client to know how they are doing, so you need to build. Part of high performance teams, you build relationships. I think it's one of the characteristics of what we talked about the last class. Okay. All right. So very important. Okay. So at this moment, we'll take a break. We'll be back in the next 10 minutes to continue on the discussion with Meredith Bell-Bean's self-perception inventory. All right, see you at the other side. Thank you. Right. Well, welcome back. Are we ready? If you're back, please can I know that yes, you are back. All right. Are we ready? Are we ready for the second half of the class? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me, please? Can you confirm that you can hear me? Okay. All right. Welcome back to the second half of our program. Okay. Okay. All right. So, can you see the slide? Yes. We have three aspects on the slide. We have the social and we have the action as well. Okay. So we are back. Okay. So, the first aspect or what we call plant. Okay. Then under the thinking, we have under the thinking, we have a monitor evaluator, a specialist, and an implementer. Then in the action, under the action phase, we have he's a shaper, a complete finisher, okay, all right, or an implementer, okay. So that's just the circle, okay. So let's talk about them in details, okay. We will talk about them in details. All right, so let's look at the first category here, okay. Okay, all right. Apologies for the network glitches. Okay, so if you can hear me now, please can you confirm? Just say that you can hear me. Okay, so it's been quite a rainy day here. Okay, so can I confirm you can hear me? Okay, so if you can hear me, all right, just confirm, please. All right, thank you. Thank you. Apologies for the network glitch. Okay. All right, so let's delve straight back in just to recover time. Okay. All right, so we are talking about the previous slide we're looking at. Don't worry, I'm also going to provide it for you on the Telegram platform. Okay, so that you can see it, or you can just type on Google, you would see, just type Bell Beans perception inventory. Okay, you would see this particular diagram. Okay, I wanted us to have a clearer perception or idea of how it works. So I'm going to explain them one after the other. So just follow me. Okay, flow. Let's flow together. Okay. All right. So it's just to give further insights into where we stopped. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. So the first one is a resource investigator. Who is a resource investigator? Someone, a team member who uses their inquisitive nature to find ideas to bring back to the team. Okay. So they're outgoing, they're enthusiastic, they want to know more, they develop contacts, they network, they meet people. Okay. And it's quite easy for them to lose interest in a particular contact that they make if that person is not giving them what they want. Okay. So that is how it is. Okay. So that is the role, that is a resource investigator. Okay. They are versatile. They bring their versatility to identify areas where the work needs to be done or completed on the behalf of the team. So they are cooperative, they're very perceptive, they're diplomatic as well. Okay. They listen a whole lot. So sometimes their weaknesses could be that sometimes they are indecisive. Okay. And they don't like open confrontation. Okay. Okay. Then we have the coordinator, just like the name says. Okay. They focus on the objectives of the team. They draw out team members and delegate work appropriately. So they show maturity. They are confident and they identify talent. So they also ensure that people in teams understand their roles, who does what, when they do it, and why. So when you hear, definitely anywhere you hear the word coordinator, so you can see. So like the word ordinates, bringing points together. So they bring these different points together and see that they work. Okay. All right. So who are the plants? They are highly creative and good at solving problems in different ways. That's the plants. That's what Belbin says, that we have team members whom we call plants. Okay. So they are always ready. Are we together? Hello, are we together? Can I confirm that we are together? If we are together, can you just type on the chat box that yes, we are? Okay. So we're just trying to explain briefly who the Belbin's theory or the Belbin's perception inventory. Okay. So we have discussed about different people, the roles they play in teams, but this is just like to give you a further insight. Here we also have the evaluator. Okay, who provides a logical eye. They think, they make impartial judgments where required, and weighs up what options do we have in the team without any bias. That's the evaluator. Like we said, they look at the pros and the cons of the project. Okay. All right. Then we have the specialists. They know a particular area in the project. This is just give it to them. In this area, they are gifted. They know what to do. They know how to bring out the best in that particular area. Okay. Sometimes we say that they are single-minded, they are self-starting, they are dedicated. They bring expertise to what they do on the project. So, but sometimes they tend to be narrow-minded. They focus only on those areas they know so well. Other areas, you don't see them performing very well. Okay, so that is the challenge that they have. Don't worry, Egove. I will look for a way to present to give these particular photos maybe either on the Telegram group so that you can understand it more better. Okay. I think compression had some effect on the quality of the photo. So just bear with it. Okay. But listen, just get the main point. Okay. We've talked about this already. Okay. Then we have the shaper. Okay. They drive. They want to see that the team moves forward. Okay. They are dynamic. They work best under pressure. Okay. Any way you want it, they are ready. Okay. They can easily catch fire. Bam. Easily. They can easily get offended. They can easily very offended. Just little thing. Because they have a niche for what? For success. Okay. They don't want to see anything that will make people in this team not move. They don't want it. They want focus, focus, focus. And then we have the implementer. Who is an implementer? Someone who comes with a strategy and sees that that strategy is implemented to the end. They are practical, they are reliable, they're efficient, they turn ideas into action. Okay? All right. Sometimes they may be slow to respond. We see that a lot. Then we have the complete finisher. Who is a finisher or a completer? Anyhow, at the end of the day, they get the work done. So we use them at the end of tasks to polish the work. You know, when a shoemaker does a good shoe, what do? You look for somebody who will polish it into shape. A car, you know, the beauty of the car is seen in what? The aesthetics, the color, the final product, the end product. Okay. So that is what we talk about. Okay. All right. So then we look at what we call yes, just to add to what we're going to do tonight is I call it responsibility assignment matrix. Okay, we've talked about teams. Now, what are their roles? What are their responsibilities? We've talked about the roles. Now let's look at responsibilities. How do you shape responsibilities so that your team would get the best? Okay, so how would we make it? Ngozi Favor says she doesn't understand what we are teaching now. Okay, now we've talked about roles in teams. Okay, yes, I understand. Now what we are doing is this. I'm just trying to add like butter to the bread. Okay, whatever we've talked about, evaluator, we've looked at the roles, different roles. Okay, now what are we doing? We're looking at Belbin. Meredith Belbin is like a motivator. So I'm just adding flesh to what we have done before. Okay, so just relax. We're looking at the strengths and the weakness of your team. So what Belbin is saying is that for every team member, you must understand their contribution, and you must know you must know their strengths and their weaknesses, and how to bring out the best in each team member. Ngozi, do you understand that now? Do you understand that now? Okay. So now another success factor for your project is to make sure that from the start of the project, every team member knows what he or she is doing. That is why we are assigning roles to team members and responsibilities. So the easiest way to do this is to use what we call a responsibility assignment matrix. Okay? So you list out what exactly are the work packages, the task, the activities on the left-hand side of your project. And then towards the right-hand side, you list out the members of the project team, other stakeholders who will be doing what they will be doing, when they will be doing it, and why they should be doing it. So it all depends on you. When you look at the template you have designed, at a glance, you can say, oh, I can see, okay, Sophia is in charge of what? Recruitment. After recruitment, who is in charge of delegating tasks? Ngozi. Ngozi delegates tasks. Then confidence. What does confidence do? Confidence ensures that every team member logs in at work in the morning. Then Jenny comes in, and what? Her role is to ensure that from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., all delegated tasks are carried out. Are we getting the picture? Responsibility assignment. That is to say that you are assigning what? Responsibilities to each team member. That is what responsibility assignment matrix is all about. Leave the name. Forget the name. What I am saying is a responsibility assignment matrix is what? What that step you take to assign responsibilities to each team member. When you assign responsibilities to your team members, it is called what? Responsibility assignment matrix. You're going to see that now. So let's talk about the assignment matrix. We'll have people who are responsible. We'll have people who approve. We'll have people who support. We'll have people who inform, and those who consult. So who are the responsible? Who are those who will call the responsible people? Those who have responsibility and accountability for making sure that the work package or the activity or the project is achieved. We have those we call the people who approve. The people or the person who signs off the work package. So when you start a project, who signs off that project? Who gives the go-ahead that a project should start? That is the person who approves. Remember, the persons responsible are those who have who you will hold accountable. At the end of the day, was this work completed? Was this task completed? And then we have those who approve. They are those who will sign off. Yes, the project has started. Number 3, we have people who will support the project. They will help the responsible to achieve the what? The work. We have the people we call the informed. Those who need to be kept informed about the work. The person you copy on an email or invite to a meeting are the informed. And then who are those who are consulted? The experts or persons who you need input from for that particular work to be effective. So these are the 5 basic roles in your responsibility assignment matrix. Okay, so examples of the responsible people, Ogolowa says, are the what? The stakeholders. All right, so these, you identify them. And then what next? Look at the responsibility assignment matrix. Look at the project, for example. This is the project. Project A, B, C. That's the name of the project. Maybe it's a road project, or it's a cake baking project, or it's a 3-story building, or whatever the project is. Look at the phases. Come on. The phases listed here are just, I just picked a particular project and say, this project have 5 phases. The first phase has a requirement. Number 2 has what? A definition. Number 3, we have people who will be designing. Number 4, we'll have people who will be developing. And number 5, we'll have people who will be what? Testing. So we are using what? You are now looking at, you now have 5 people. Person A, maybe person A is Jenny. The second person is Bimbo. The third person is Chioma, the fourth person is Debbie, and the fifth person is Annie. So you look at it, the first person is responsible. This person is responsible, is accountable. You are holding that person accountable for the work. Okay? That's the first person. So the second person, the I, is there that you can see that person A doesn't perform all the tasks. The first person there, A, is responsible under the first phase. Under the second phase is to just be informed. Under the third phase is also just to be informed. Under the fourth phase is the person, she is the person that approves. And in the fifth phase, she supports. So when you have an understanding of, yes, it can work for a large team. So it depends on the project. There's no standard. But I just choose to use RASIC. That is RASIC. So you pick a project and you identify in each phase of the project, who is responsible. Like you have 5 people. You have Chioma, you have Mary, you have Ogoluwa, you have Joke, you have Confidence. So these 5 persons, for example, they are involved in 5 phases of the project. Can more than one person be responsible? Yes, it's possible. Who are the responsible here? The responsible are the persons who have authority, somebody you can hold accountable in this particular phase of the project. Okay? So you can hold that person accountable. So you can see that the responsible person is the person you are looking at. See, if this particular phase of this project fails, I'm going to hold that person responsible. You write R for that person. Is responsible. If the person is not who approves that that person should be in charge for that particular phase, A. Who supports the person that is responsible to achieve is S. Who do you need to keep informed about the work he or she is doing? Is I. Do you need to consult anybody? Do you need input? Do you need advice? Do you need some form of like experience or expertise? The person is the C. So right from the start of the project, every team member must know who is responsible for what. That is why we are having a responsibility matrix. You must tell the person. You must tell the person, this is what you are doing. I will hold you responsible for this. I will hold you responsible for that. So it is like holding somebody accountable for this phase or that phase or the other phase of the project. Right from the beginning of the project. So you must know who is responsible, who is approving, who is supporting the person that is responsible, who you are going to be informing about each task that is done, and who you are going to be consulting. So with that, the person A could be the project lead, right? It's very possible. So the name is not important. What is important is what are they doing? I'm going to hold you responsible. Okay. All right. So with this, we round off the class for tonight. Okay. So now you can realize from all we have learned today that this particular program has a focus on the implementations of the lessons that we have learned so far. We have looked at the 4 stages that a team goes through on the way to becoming a high-performing unit. It is now time to apply this learning to your own work scenario. With this in mind, we are requesting you to identify as to what stage in its development is your team currently at. Please note that this might be a team that you manage or a team that you are part of, even if you do not actively manage a team. So we are already in the process of doing this. So why we are talking about this is you go back to your teams and then set out to work. What stage is your team now? So after the class, I would be interfacing with the team leads in the Telegram group where we would have a private class discussion as to where they are in the stage of discussion of the team, what projects that they identified with, why they chose that project, and how they intend to move forward with that particular project. So it would be very key, very important. Okay. I think the network is really having telling a toll tonight on some of our activities, but notwithstanding, let's take some questions now. Okay, let's take some questions. Okay. Yes, the responsible can also be the doer. Yeah, yeah, sure. You're responsible for this. So you're going to be involved in doing it. Okay, like a sub leader in a phase. Okay. Adejoke says once a team member falls behind, it is traceable. Accountability. Yes. So as the team lead or as a project manager, because like sometimes a team lead may be like a sub leader under the project manager. Okay. And at some other times, the project manager is also the team lead because it may just be one team. But some of the time, there may be quite different scenarios. Okay. So we need to understand that clearly. Okay. A could be anybody. Yes, why we used, yeah, please don't get it wrong. A, B, C, D is just, I just did names. So A can be, so, okay, let me go back to, I think, yeah, let's get back to this. So please try to understand the matrix, okay? So understand the matrix. I just choose a project. Project ABC can be cake making, it can be road construction, it can be building, it can be clinical trials, it could be whatever. Then the persons A, B, C, D, and E, A, B, C, D, and E are 5 persons. Amaka, Biola, Chioma, Debbie, and Annie. Then when we have the rows, the matrix, R is responsible, I is informed. So I think, yes, you understand it clearly now. Okay. All right. Okay. I think let's try to be on the same page with the class. So on the chat, in the chat box, please, yes, can I get your feedback? Yes, what exactly are the issues you're having? All right. Okay. Yes, I'm still with you. I'm trying to assist in the chat box just to see how we can get clarity. But tonight's class has ended, so I'm just taking entertaining questions on the chat box to see how we get it right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the responsibility matrix, assignment matrix, okay, is actually designed for teams, team leads, or project managers to hold teams accountable to assigned tasks. So I think that's clear. Okay. So okay. All right. I think I need to also clear something. Allow me. Um, requirements define, design, develop, and test are actually a project that has 5 phases. It can be any other project. So our main concern tonight is to understand R, A, S, I, and C. These can be applied to any project. Just assign the team, then know who does what using RASIC. Okay, so I think that does it. Yes, Justina. Justina is trying to find out if we can share the responsibility matrix with stakeholders, etc. Okay. Agatha says, can we have just Rasi at Agatha? Okay. If there is no support person, no support team member for whoever is responsible, then so be it. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think the admins, the teams, they are here. They will assist you. Okay. Admin is also listening to. Okay. Adojoke. Adejoke. What's exactly your question, please? If you have more than 5 team members, can they be co-responsible? Yes, please. At Adejoke, yeah. Depending on the situation, we have outlined one of the team characteristics to be situational leadership. Okay. Yeah, Sarah too. Yes, I'm trying to respond to our questions so that uh, for every 5, there should be one person who takes the lead responsibility, regardless, to avoid project failure or misconception or clash of ideas. Okay. 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 What else? So I think with that we are. Wow. Babatunde Roots, are you just coming now? Good evening all. Are you just coming up? Okay. All right. So with this, okay, Dorcas. There are a whole lot of questions coming in, so there's probability I am going to miss some. For Lauren Shaw. Okay, so I think let's take yeah, tonight has really been wonderful. So I'm going to attend to a whole lot of questions tonight. So once again, on behalf of myself and my co-facilitator, Miss Nancy Baba Ali, this is to say thank you once again for tonight. Okay, let's leave the questions to our other interactive platform where I would do well to respond. So please, as much questions I can take tonight or respond to, just send it via the platform. I will definitely respond. Thank you once again, and signing out. Okay.